Okay, guys, we're on the last lesson of Unit 6, and it's actually Lesson 6, creating figures on the coordinate plane. This is kind of fun, and we're going to kind of apply everything that we've done so far. So let's go ahead and get through this vocabulary, and on the back, we have quite a problem here, so this will be a lot of fun here back here. So anyway, let's get going here. Geometric figures can be formed using line segments, right? Line segments and endpoints. All right. So what is a line segment? All right, it's the part of the line that connects 2 points. It connects, 2 points. What are endpoints? The point that marks the end of the line segment. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and get started here. Use the graph, all right, for the following steps. Place a coordinate at -3 and 2. Okay, right there's my coordinate, -3 and 2. Draw a line segment that extends 6 units from that point. Okay, so we're going to go in all directions. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could have used absolute value, but just easier to count there, right? All right. Now compare. All right, what you know. Well, we're not going to compare because we're remote, but what we are going to do is write our forward pairs down of this. Okay, so, all right, the first one, all right, of this is, and I'm going to start right here with this. I'll call this, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call that letter A. Okay, letter A is going to be -9 and 2. And I'm going to call this letter B, -3 and 8. I'm going to call this letter C. So it's 3 and 2. And then the last one is I'm going to call this letter D, and that's going to be -3 and -4. Right? And those were all 6 units away, and I just labeled that. We actually could draw lines here, and we have a nice cross there. All right, number 2. Let me bring you up a little bit. Let me check my. Yeah, we're in good shape here. All right. So anyway, hey, a little bit more involved, but it says complete the table and sketch figures on the coordinate plane. So letter A has side lengths 3 by 3. What's its perimeter? 3, 6, 9, 12. So it's 12 units, right? And what is its area? Well, area, all right, is 3 times 3, which is 9 units square. That's the area, right? And we get area, right, by multiplying those two sides because it's a quadrilateral. Okay, so now the next one, we need a perimeter of this, all right, of 18. So when I look at this, I have to add up all the sides, and I'm going to make this pretty easy on myself here. I'm not going to get too crazy here, but I need all the sides to add up to 18. Well, this had a perimeter of 12, so I know it needs to be a little bit bigger. So, let's kind of take a look at this here. So, 18. So if I go maybe like 2, all right, and 7. Here, let's do it like this. All right, so I need all the sides to equal 18, and there's a lot of different ways to do this, right? Right. So what, 6 times? It can't be 6. It's going to have to be 2 odd numbers. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's put something there. So if I make this 7, and then I make this 7 down here, I don't know how far they're going to be apart, but it's just trial and error. That's 14. Well, I know it needs to be perimeter of 18. So if I make this 2 and this 2, so that's 14, and that's 2, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So just through trial and error, and I kind of had that predetermined. But anyway, I know that, I have a rectangle here, right? And the side lengths are what? All right, 2 and 7. All right, here's my side lengths, 2 and 7. If I add them up, I get the perimeter of this. The area now is 2 times 7, which is 14 units square. Okay. Next one up. Okay, next one up is 30 units square. All right. So if I want something, I don't know, let's get down here and go down in this one here maybe. Right. So let's make it, what I'm looking for is something like 5 and 6, right? Side lengths of 5 and 6. So, all right, so if I put a plot right here, all right, and I make this 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I make this 6, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I square it up like so. So this is 5, this is 6. 5 times 6 is 30. And I know they're negatives, but we want the area of it. So it's 5 times 6 is 30. And then if I add all of these up, 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 is 17. And 5 is 22. So that gives me a perimeter of 22 units. Right? 22 units. Mm-hmm. I'll write a 5 there. And if I did that, it'd be kind of like that, right? And again, all of these are, I can do this anywhere, but the perimeter in the area is going to be the same. Numbers are numbers. Okay, so I have side lengths of 2 and 5. Well, 2 times 5 is 10, right? Units, right? Square. So that's pretty easy. So if I put a plot right here, if I make this 5 wide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 1, 2, and right there, right? So this is 5 and this is 2. 5 times 2 is 10. If I add up the sides, 5 and 5 is 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And my perimeter is 14 units. Okay, pull this up a little bit. Last one, I have a perimeter of 16. So I know, if I take 16 and divide it by 4, I get 4. So I could have the side lengths of 4, right? Let's put one right here. Let's see what we can do with this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be there, right? It's not asking for the ordered pair, it's just asking for the side lengths, right? So I know my side lengths are 4 times 4, right? The perimeter is 16, and 4 times 4 is 16 units square. And that's a coincidence that they did fit together. But if you were to count the perimeter of that, there would be 16 blocks around there, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and flip it over and take a look at number 3. It's an interesting one here. I actually looked at it there a little bit earlier. But anyway, use a rectangle or triangle shape. Well, we haven't been dealing with triangles, so I'm just going to use a rectangle. To create a picture of your choice, you must meet the following. It has to have an area greater than 250. So I need two numbers when I multiply them together. And what I'm going to use is 20 and 15, right? When I multiply 20 and 15, I'm just going to grab my calculator so I don't make a mistake here, but 20 times 15 is 300. So I know that 300 units square. So that meets that requirement. All images must remain on the coordinate plane, right? Well, it can't be bigger than 20 because that's all it goes up to. So I'm all right there. And then no shape can have a side on the X or Y axis. Okay, no problem. So let's get started here. So I know that, I have an image of 20. So, I need to be 20 spaces. So 20 and 15. Well, half of 20 is 10, and half of 15 is 7.5. All right. So think about that. So now I need to go over 10 and up 7.5, and we'll count those off just to show you how that's going to work. Okay. So between these two lines should be 20. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I think I missed a line there. Unless I'm not on 10 and 10, it has to be 20. All right. So now I'm going to do the same thing down here, but I need to figure out my height. My height I determined needs to be 15, right? So if I'm at 7.5, this is easier to take your absolute value. So I'm at 7.5. I need to go down to negative 7.5, right? All right, so if I count these lines, let's just count what we have here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, and the half is 15, right? So then if I come over here, right, I go over 10 and down 7.5, should be about right there. All right, so I've made the requirements. It's 20 by 15. 20 times 15 is 300. It's greater than 250 units square. I'm going to go ahead and make my block here. And again, there's a lot of different answers that you could go with here. Okay, so if you were to count this across here, again, this would be 20. This is 15. All right, so that means 20 times 15 is 300 units square. If I was to count these right up, which it's not asking for, I could get the perimeter as well. Okay, we're not on the X, or we cross them, but we're not on the X or the Y axis, meaning we don't have a line on one of those lines of reflection. So anyway, all right, guys, go ahead and jump into the homework and enjoy it. Thanks.